Hello everybody, welcome to Sapsucker Woods. It is kind of sort of rainy. It is around 40 degrees and I haven't yet made up my mind if I want to stay here or if I want to go to the campus instead, because it has been at times rainy since I arrived. I'm also having some possible technical issues that are kind of disturbing. I did go inside. I saw mallards, hooded mergansers, Canada geese, American goldfinches, another bird. It may have been a titmouse. I'm not sure, a tufted titmouse, but I did not get a good look at it. I saw a European starling on my way in, and I think that's about all I did see. I don't hear any rain hitting my vehicle at the moment, and I don't believe I see any. But like I said, it's been periodically raining a bit, and that's never any fun while we're walking. But I think we're going to give it a shot since we're here, and we'll have maybe a quick walk. And hopefully, some nice luck of one sort or another. And let's see what happens. I'm concerned about certain issues that have been giving me a problem, and I'm hoping I don't have a major issue. If we do have a major issue, maybe I may have to, eventually just come back to the car and restart here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hope you've all had a good week. As you can see, we've had some snow over the last few days. Mostly, yesterday and the night before. So that makes for different conditions, certainly, than what we have experienced to this point in the season. Covered in like a deep layer of snow. What did fall over the last 24 to 36 hours was wet snow. I'll be with you in a moment. It did cause power failures here and there. Well, I don't know about here, but I mean in some locations. We may just take a, relatively short walk, depending on how things go. I bring that up because it just, sometimes, people don't realize that weather can affect, what birds you might see or how you might see them. I think we're ready to go. I remember years ago, I first, just, a week, a visit here, a visit there, and then, I started coming here. Problems, let me know ASAP, because I don't want to be away from the car when, well, never want a problem. Being away from the car is that much more difficult to deal with. Okay, we're going to try one more time. My patience is growing thin, I must admit, and we'll see if we can get things started. If we can't, we're going to call it a day. I did see, oh, hold on, red-tailed hawk. I did see one moments ago. Hold on. Oh, and some Canada geese in the air. And just like that, we're reminded of why we're here. Okay, let's see if things are up and running. Where's that sign? There you are. Okay. I think finally getting there. Numerous problems, and hopefully they won't persist. Hopefully we can get underway. Let me just check on you. Oh, got a turkey vulture in the air also. I don't know. I think it's a turkey vulture. I would say. It is. I'm gonna let it go. And like I said, I want to check on things. Okay, I think we're up and running. Let me see if I can get things buttoned up here and we'll take a walk. I'm actually getting cold already. A bit. For me, walking here, I have to be careful. Oh, wait, we have two vultures in view, three vultures in view right now. Turkey. Believe, and I'm debating on whether or not I want to try to walk out there. We've actually seen, or I have actually seen, two red-tailed hawks here, and quite honestly I suspected there were two around when the one we saw, we were watching in flight quite a bit, it called, and it was my suspicion that there must have been another hawk around. And I did eventually see another hawk. Now I don't know what you've seen because we've had intermittent contact and connections, and so I'm just quite honestly fearful that we're not going to be able to take a walk here, although I'd like to. I would very much like to. And it's getting late, actually, because, you know, we want to go other places. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head to the campus. I apologize. We're not going to have a real walk here. I think that is, just because of the time even, that's the most sensible thing. And I'll have to do things differently today as a result. All right. Well, we'll try. We're gonna go to the campus, everybody, and we'll see what happens. I'm not happy with the way things are working. Hold on a second. Okay, let me just button a few more things up. I apologize. If it weren't for the time, I'd take a walk right now, but I don't think we have the time for it. Okay, I think we're back, at least for the moment. All right, I need to tidy some wires up here. And I think throw something in the garbage, maybe. And we're going to be restricted in some ways today, unfortunately. I was about an inch away from calling it a day. I'm not kidding about that. Say that things are maybe more complicated than you realize. And I have it more complicated because I'm seriously, earnestly trying to have us be as capable as we can be and hopefully able to see things that are enjoyable. And that's why I have things as complicated as they are. It's supposed to be to help improve reliability and everything. Okay, so, all right, let's see if we can head to the campus. Just two more things to do here. Oh, what's that? What was that? So anyway, I don't know if you heard me, but I actually saw two red-tailed hawks. The last sequence had me looking up at a higher elevation and seeing a hawk up there, and then another one came through my view at a lower elevation. I apologize for not being able to walk at Sapsucker here. I mean, we could skip Montezuma altogether, but I don't want to skip Montezuma. So we're just going to head to the campus to take a look around, and we're not going to be looking for all that long because we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, who knows, maybe we wouldn't have seen anything here, you know, walking the trails anyway. It's very possible. But again, I apologize for the technical issues. Oh, hold on a second. Well, no. Say it was good to see two hawks there. To see hawks in the woods more often than I do now, far more often. It seems like I almost never see them. Years ago, especially before the tour started, would see them fairly regularly within the woods. Not far above, not at a high elevation above the trails or anything. Things have maybe cleared up a bit. When before I started today, I looked at the radar, and there was a patch of some kind of clouds, precipitation, whatever, above Ithaca, and the clouds are still here. I mean, it's still cloudy, but I see the sun breaking through just a little bit, and but it looked like it was just a fairly isolated set of clouds. Now I don't know if more will come along and give us more precipitation. I don't know, but don't know. We didn't even look at the pond. We never got past the that first bridge. I feel terrible about that. I really do. See a crow up above. What do I see up above? Hold on. Is that an eagle? I don't know, it might be. I really don't like this song. Hold on a second. That's an eagle, all right. Hold on. In the air. I don't know if I can get it for you or not. Oh, come on. Come on. They're fooling around. Oh. This is, oh, there. I lost it. Oh, there's an eagle up above. Flying. It's getting higher. I mean, it's, hold on, gotta get my bearings here in terms of. There it is. Okay, there it goes. And I saw other birds in the air, but I started looking at the eagle first. Anyway, let's. And we're on the campus. We don't normally ourselves see eagles here, but I thought I saw possibly some hawks. I'm not sure, but we're gonna continue on to our usual areas here on the campus. Do I see a hawk? Yes. I think I do. Okay, I do see one. I don't see it well though. There are holes in the way. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Brian. see if I can find it again, wherever it was. Let me look with binoculars 1 second. Okay, I see where. So we have someone right here. Hold on, sorry about that. Okay, something's going on with this camera. All of a sudden this camera is not cooperating. Acting very strangely. From a technology standpoint, it's been one of those days already. So anyway, we have this one hawk. I think we'll continue looking. Just double checking the I'm double checking the scaffolding as well, you know, as far as I can tell, just to see if anyone else is kind of hidden there. Last week there was another hawk, and I missed it until you pointed it out to me. I think we're gonna move on. I wasn't even sure who that was. There you go. That's how to cross the street. Just wander across anytime you want. You know, maybe they should have a course here on, you know, being a pedestrian. How to cross roads, how to not look at your smartphone while you're crossing a road, you know, that sort of thing. I'd be happy to, you know, occasionally visit as a guest lecturer. Right, I don't see anybody here. All you need to do is open your eyes. Pay attention. I just saw a robin. Well, everybody, I think just because of time pressures, we're going to take a break. And I'll head to the Montezuma area. Turn right in here. That last song was called "The Night Is Young." It was by Jeff Kashiwa, but or Kashiwa. The day is still fairly young, but we don't have that much time. Days are short, so I'm going to take a break now, and we should start around 3:15, somewhere around there. Make sure you get the message. Okay, I think you did get the message. Inside, and apparently they didn't receive any snow up here this week, so things are different. Now, as I drove here, though, I will say this: things are definitely changing in terms of where the birds are going. I saw quite a few Canada geese on Cayuga Lake, primarily along the shoreline, and also saw. I didn't turn that on. This is dumb bag. So I also saw. I didn't stop for any of them. Numerous ducks. Some they seem to be something other than mallards. I don't know what they were. Again, I didn't check. I am seeing from here right now a number of sandhill crane. Oh, hold on. Cranes, and thought I might have just seen. Yes, I see in the distance a northern harrier, and there were, like I said, ducks around, and we're going to try to look at some of the sandhill cranes in a moment. I'm going to have, a little bit of a clumsier operation up here, just because of the technical issues we're having today, but I'll try to remedy them sometime in the next few days. But for now, we're doing what we're doing. What else is there to tell you? Oh, not much. Oh, hold on. Oh, come on. Sandhill crane, I think, just took off. There are others. You can see them there, and there, and there, and there. And there are some others that might be a little closer and easier for us to view. But let me let's get a move on here. The visitor center just closed at 3 o'clock. Closed for the day. And next Saturday is the last day that Wildlife Drive and the Visitor Center will be open for the season. Then we, they remain closed until. I see some Canada geese. I also saw pigeons on the way in. They remain closed until April 1st. The visitor center, I believe, will open, barring some, scheduling issue or something. But Wildlife Drive could possibly not open if there's a weather issue. They never did get the visitor center pool area filled. I mean, there's some water here. I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see it. But there's some water, but we didn't get to see, lots of ducks or shorebirds here like we normally would. So let's let's see if we can have a look at these sandhill cranes who are here. And I'm going to have to do things a little different. I hear a mallard. And you also hear some, oh, there's a mallard, and some Canada geese, obviously. More mallards. Oh, look at that. I think it's mallard, but his face just looked a little different. Maybe he's not yet in full breeding colors for some reason. Hold on. All right, let's... So these are sandhill cranes, if you're not familiar with them. Oh, who popped up? Was that that must have been a mallard. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust. Now, the conditions aren't beautiful right now, but in terms of actually being able to see well, they're very good, I would say. There's little or no heat shimmer. Maybe a little. A little bit. Looks like the mallards are right there with the sandhill cranes. Anyway, as I was saying, as I was driving in, passing the very northern end of the lake, or I'm not even sure if it's considered Cayuga Lake, but as I was passing, I saw a number of ducks out there, and it made me wonder if some of the ducks had, left the main pool area and maybe were making their way further south. I don't know. If you're not familiar, I know I've mentioned this before, but if you're not familiar, this sandhill crane, you see that red patch on its forehead? Well, that's actually bare skin. It's not. They're not red feathers. We won't stay here too much longer, but you know how I like to watch sandhill cranes. Did I just hear a blue jay? I might have. Yes, I'm hearing a blue jay. And so Canada geese, mallards, sandhill cranes. I also saw pigeons on the way in, and then I also saw, while just starting up, a northern harrier in flight. I think we'll get moving now. I could just watch sandhill cranes for a long time. Just love them. Beautiful birds. Okay, we're going to move on. Now, as I mentioned, and as most of you probably know, even though Wildlife Drive will be closing and the visitor center will be closing, you know, I still intend to come up here because even though those things will be closed, there's still plenty to see, or at least over our experience has been that there's been plenty to see up here during the winter. And quite honestly, it's not just that there's something to see, but you know, you're missing out if you don't come and see it. Now, I thought I had seen a forecast for clear weather here later in the day. Well, it's later in the day. I don't see anything clear, but oh well. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. I did not mention it earlier today, but barring a scheduling or weather or technical issue, and we've certainly had our share of technical issues today, I do hope to have an abbreviated tour on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Just a short one. I figured that, you know, many or most of you want to celebrate the day, and we'll do so with family and or friends. So it's a short one. Again, assuming everything goes well. There's more water to our right than there has been lately, so that's filled up a little bit. You know, many of the bodies of water that I see in my travels, including rivers, the water levels have been low. Not everywhere. I mean, Sapsucker Woods, for instance, although we didn't see it today. Oh, hold on. If you listen carefully, I hear tundra swans out there. Oh, there's a harrier. But I'm hearing way out there tundra swans by the sound of it. I don't remember hearing any tundra swans. What is that? Almost sounded like a killdeer, but with a slightly different voice. That looks like a northern harrier. Don't know if it's the same one. Yeah, it sounds like a killdeer. Okay, I don't see the harrier. Oh, it did pop back up. Oh, there are two of them out there. I hear cranes, sandhill cranes. I don't know if I see any, but I hear them. Could be that they're leaving the visitor center area, who knows. It is getting late in the day. All right, we're going to move on. Oh, hold on. What's that? Okay, those are Canada geese. So, you know, the last couple times we've been here, we were treated to some absolutely beautiful sunset views, and we're not going to have that today. No sun in sight, it's all clouds. Uh-oh. I see a Canada goose up ahead to our right, and I wonder why it's there all by itself. I hope it's not just by itself. I think that's a northern shoveler, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the goose, the Canada goose is here. I hope it's okay. When I see a you know, one goose by itself, I often wonder if it's okay, if it's Seems okay. I mean, it's eating. I just hope it's not injured in some way. See some mallards. Anybody else? Is that a great blue heron? It is. Oh, and you see a lot of ducks in the distance. Now, who was that? Hold on. Go. Hey. Don't know what kind of, I'm guessing ring-billed, but. Not as much, is that a bald eagle? Not as much activity here. Are those two bald eagles? Two bald eagles. Okay, let's take a quick look at them. Come on, wire, cut it out. We have two bald eagles on the ground, and it looks like one might be eating. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's got something. Okay, I'm gonna look around a little bit. See what else might be within view. And we'll get back to the eagles in a moment. Still hearing swans occasionally, tundra swans, I believe. Some ducks back there. Let's take one more look at the eagles, I think, and then we'll move on. Unless I was curious to determine, if possible, what the eagle is eating. But we can't see very well. I can guess, but I won't, have no idea. Let's move on. And one second before we do, I'm going to look around a bit. I'm going to leave things in place. I don't know if we can see it well. The grateful heron again. Got some vegetation in our way, sorry. Northern harrier. I think I'm hearing the eagles. I don't see them. Hold on, I don't see them on the ground, do I? All right, I think I see the one who was eating, or I see one in the location where there was one eating. And that's all I see. Wait a minute. Are they both there? They're both there. I do suspect whatever they're eating is of reasonably good size. Kind of wish I had stayed with the eagles, just to see the one go over there. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. Again, leaving things in place. A little bit of sprinkling going on right now. No duck activity here in this stretch, so we're just going to continue on. And now they're starting to come into view in the distance. So let's take a look from here, I think. So Canada geese in the foreground, but farther back, what do we have? Okay, that's a ring-necked duck right there, and there are others there. Now look, this is a male, and look, you can't always see everything well, but oh, that's a pied-billed grebe right there, not a duck. But anyway, with the males, and they can look like scops, but with the males of the ring-necked duck, see that white triangular shape at the shoulder? That's something I look for. It seems like there's some duck movement out there. Hold on. Redheads. Hold on, something's going on here. Maybe. Oh, there's some ruddy ducks out there. Quite a few. Ring-necked duck right there. I don't see any obvious reason for them to be disturbed. Oops, sorry. Here's something to look for. See how rapidly they flap their wings? You don't see that with Canada geese. They don't flap their wings so quickly. So, as has been pointed out before, you know, it's not a 100% solid rule, but generally the larger birds will flap their wings more slowly. So if you're seeing something that's, you know, maybe a duck or a goose, or maybe a you know, a double-crested cormorant or something like that, any of those birds that are all, you know, have similar shapes, but you know they have different sizes, you know, if you see how rapidly they're flapping their wings in flight, you might say, okay, well, at least I can probably, through process of elimination, eliminate this one or that one. Another pied-bill grebe. Oh, who's this right here? That, I'm going to lighten it up. That is an American widgeon. A female. These are ruddy ducks. The males have the white cheeks. This at center is a female. Oops, sorry. Cut it out. And these are redheads right here. The male is on the right. And that is a canvasback, a female canvasback. At center. Notice the shape of her bill. It's almost like a, from this in profile, it's a triangle. And oh, good, there's a male there with her and another female. Just to help distinguish between them, and those are redheads right there. I know, I always go on about that, but I want to make sure everyone knows. Hold on a second. Conditions are looking a little bit, yeah, here comes some rain. It's going to affect visibility. So some canvasbacks here, and the smaller ducks are the ruddy ducks. Some redheads. There's a general movement of everybody swimming to our left. Hopefully the weather won't force us to cut things short. More redheads. Yeah, ringneck ducks back there, I think. Yeah, some. Okay, let's get things back in the car. It's what we're looking at now. You can see it's kind of there's some precipitation that's really kind of affecting our views. So let's move forward, and while we're doing that, let's also. I didn't turn the radio on. Let's look at the weather. Well, there is something over us now, by the looks of things. But it looks like it'll pass, so let's move forward a little bit. Oh, probably Canada geese coming in. I don't know if this is another great blue heron here, or if it's possibly this. It's possible it's the same one. I don't know. Let's take a quick look. Come on. There you go. As you can see, they're, okay, we had, that was that one, and there's, so we definitely have at least two, because here's the one we were just looking at moments ago, and we may have seen a different one earlier. I don't know, probably, but I don't know. That is a northern shoveler there. Large bill is a very, very good marker. Oh, someone just dove, probably a pied-billed grebe. Yes, pied-billed grebe. It's not heavy rain, but it's rain nonetheless, and it's interfering a little bit with our visibility. So again, rapid wing flaps here, and they are ducks. They're not, Canada geese, for instance. Now, a real expert, would maybe be able to identify those ducks. I'm not an expert, so I don't pretend, and I don't pretend to be one. But a real expert would tell you what species, and sometimes I can tell, but not all. Usually, more often than not, I cannot. Not in flight like that. Unless I have a good look at colors or something. Northern shovelers. All right, we'll try from here to look, and hopefully the rain won't be too bad. The wire, with a mind of its own, just struck. Hold on a second. Okay, and I'm going to have to change the battery in this camera pretty soon. So, okay, while we're here though, let's look at what's out there. We just somehow seem a little bit closer. I should probably change the battery. Anyway, as you can see, we've got mostly redheads and canvasbacks here. More redheads, I would say, than canvasbacks, but lighten it up a bit. There's a ringneck duck swimming to the left. Ruddy duck there also. Right there. Just looking to see if there's anything out of the ordinary or different, you know. But again, it's mostly redheads with a few canvasbacks and some ruddy ducks around here. Hold on a second. Okay. Nice to see right there. Canvasback with the white body, just dove, and the redheads right near him. Uh-oh. What happened? I thought there, for a second, it looked like there might be a big takeoff. Okay, hold on. So that's a redhead right there, a male. And there is a male canvasback. Just joined some females there. And I hear a bald eagle. Hold on a second. I don't know where they are. Oh, sorry. It's a little bright. Okay. I'm going to switch modes for a second. Good flock of Canada geese in the air to our left. I don't know if I can get them. Maybe not. Alright, we're going to drive forward, maybe get a better look at some of these canvasbacks. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's stop right here for a second. Okay, these are canvasbacks. The males have the deep red heads, the white bodies. The females have grayer bodies than the brown heads. They're both beautiful. These lighting conditions are a little bit less than ideal, but and farther out, any different species? I don't think so. I think we've been seeing primarily a few different species. Mostly redheads and canvasbacks, ruddy ducks, some ringneck ducks. We've seen one, only one, for instance, American widgeon, a female. Haven't seen any American coots. Now, maybe I haven't been looking in the right places, but I haven't seen any. We have seen some pied-billed grebes. We've seen some mallards. We've seen also some, northern shovelers. Let's look out there a little bit further. Now, in that grouping, that dense grouping, there could be one individual from a different species. That's always possible. Oh, I think I just heard a gadwall, if I'm not mistaken. The rain is picking up a little bit again. But I believe I heard a gadwall. And let's stop right here. We've got some vegetation in the way, but I want to look at these ducks that are nearby. Not the canvasbacks. Oh, these are not ducks. These are coots. These are American coots. And there's a gadwall. Maybe two, but definitely the one on the left is a male. So yes, those are gadwalls. And those are also gadwalls. So another species, another couple species. The American coot, which is not a duck, and the gadwalls, which are ducks. Who is that? Oh, just diving just now was a hooded merganser. But did I see something else? I thought I might have seen something different. Maybe not. I'll lighten it up again. Okay, nothing. I don't think I saw anything out of the ordinary. Okay, the rain has picked up, so let's get things inside a bit in a moment. you know, this time of year, you know, assuming the conditions are right, you know, you see so much activity here on Wildlife Drive. But, you know, we've been, depending on when we've been here during the day, we've seen quite a bit in these last few months here on Wildlife Drive. But anyway, you know, there have been times when we've been here maybe middle of the day and we haven't seen so much. But, you know, this time of year during migration, when there are a lot of ducks around and everything, there's a lot of activity here. And it makes it that much more difficult to know that, oh, well, this is all closing up and freezing over pretty soon. And it makes you, or at least makes me, miss it that much more. But, you know, many of these ducks will be visible elsewhere. And, you know, and I'm not just saying that or saying, oh, they've got to go somewhere. You know, we know that they go somewhere because we've been seeing them these last couple of years, you know, on Cayuga Lake, for instance. You know, once things are all closed up here, we've... Oh, hold on. Mergansers. And there's a gull that seems to be following them, and that's no accident. Oh, jeez. I just can't keep up sometimes. Okay, a lot of Canada geese are in the air. I don't know if they just are arriving or if they just took to the air from the water, but back to the hooded mergansers. I don't think I've ever seen that many hooded mergansers in such a small area, other than maybe, a mother with her young all grouped together. But this is something different, I would say. I think they've kind of maybe broken up just a bit. Yeah, they've spread out a bit. Again, these are hooded mergansers. They're a small duck, a diving duck. They dive to catch fish and other prey. And I did see some at Sapsucker Woods today, but, you know, our technical issues prevented us from even looking for them. The males have that white patch on the sides of their heads, and when they fully deploy those head feathers, it can be quite the display. behind them there are redheads, and I think I've probably seen maybe some canvasbacks too. I'm not sure. I've been primarily looking at the hooded mergansers. I think, yeah, primarily redheads, if not exclusively. Oh, there's a canvasback right there. A couple of them. Okay, hold on one second. Let me look with binoculars. Okay. Let's just remind you all of the number of ducks that we're seeing. Well, hold on. I mean, they are spread out over quite an area, but there are a lot of ducks here. And we've seen other other non-duck species, including the American coot and the pied-billed grebe. Oh, there the. Oops, where were they? There they are. Again, not quite as concentrated as before, but again, a nice grouping of hooded mergansers. I don't usually see that many at once. Really, a very elaborately colored duck. They're wonderful. See that one with the head fully deployed, and that one too, the crest. Okay, let's move on. Let me just point you here, and let me look a little bit. Okay. Just again trying to give you a sense of how many birds are here. And all the way back. So, all right, let's continue. And it would be easy to just stay here and look at ducks all day. Get here early and look at ducks all day, and I wouldn't fault anyone for doing so. But I want to go to other areas. My point is there are enough ducks to do that. Enough birds here, enough activity here to, you know, keep someone busy watching all day. Gadwalls, Canada geese. I think I saw a northern shoveler or two. What was that? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Who are these? Are these scops by any chance? I think they are. Are they greater or lesser? That I don't know, but I believe they're scops. We're going to go with lesser. And they seem to be, I don't see any other, I haven't seen any other scops. Now there might be some, oops, sorry, there might be some, come on, further away, but I haven't seen any. Gadwalls there. And, you know, that's to my point. There were two scops right there. If I hadn't looked at them, I wouldn't know that the species was present. Again, I believe they were lesser scops. So, I mean, you could, you know, the proper way, if you really want to know what's here, is to do your best to look at every single bird. Now, you know, that's very difficult. Not only are there a lot of them, but they move around, and sometimes, you know, an eagle flies through and causes all of them to stir. Oh, deer up ahead. Come on. Through the windshield, so it's not very clear. Oh, someone just... who's that? I don't know what kind of duck that was. Was it a wood duck by any chance? Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. There are some other ducks here. Hold on. Gadwalls here. A few of them. We'll try to get a look. Yeah, we've got vegetation, that's the problem. Aren't they beautiful? I've said it many times before. You might think of a gadwall as a drab brown duck, but they're beautiful. Look at that! Look at that coloring. When you get a closer look, you realize how special they are in terms of their coloring. The deer are still running around. If it weren't for the vegetation, We're gonna keep moving. I wouldn't mind a better look at the gadwalls, but they're moving around, and let's keep going. It's getting dark anyway. But I kind of regret not trying to look better at those gadwalls. They're just, like I said, they're beautiful. Just an elegant coloration. Another eagle. I'm going to let it go. I was hoping it would come back this way, but no. It looks like it's getting dark because it is getting dark. I think it would be a fair amount lighter if we had clear skies. You know, we've had some over the last, few weeks. It's been, just for me anyway, a pleasure to be up here late in the day. I've really enjoyed the birds that we've seen, and I've really enjoyed, the sunny views. Have a couple mallards to our left. The sunsets have been gorgeous. might be something to our left in the Benning Marsh, to our right, I'm sorry, in the Benning Marsh. Looks like maybe a few Canada geese, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Well, some of the geese seem kind of small for Canada geese. Maybe there are. I don't know. Oh, no, wait. No, I think they're mallards. Yes, mallards. And somebody's twittering a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think I'm hearing some twittering. Green-winged teals. Another species of duck, small. But there they are. But someone's twittering. Out of the water. Small bird of some sort by the sound of it. So anyway, we've seen another duck species now. And I'm not trying to just count duck species. Oh, look how many species of ducks I saw today. I'm not trying to do that, but I think I see some more mallards over here. Yes, over here. Let's keep going. Well, the weather hasn't been perfect for us. Oh. You okay? Come on. Come on, thing. Catch you. There you go. That wasn't good. Anyway, the weather hasn't been perfect for us, but I've still enjoyed this visit. Might say we were, well, I'm not going to speak for you, but I might say I was getting spoiled by those various sunset views. Some more gadwalls. Over here. Love them. But they've been, we haven't seen many of them, but we've seen a number of them now. But in prior weeks we saw, I'd say, more of them, or at least it seemed like it. But it's interesting, these various species of duck. They're not all just the same, but happen to have different colors. It's not like that. Their behaviors are different. What they eat is different. Some will, eat fish. Some are eating vegetation. Some dive. Some don't. And even where they kind of hang out is different. Up ahead, we're going to have those various pools, and I would say it's probably reasonably likely that we would see gadwalls there, and we see them often there. Unlikely, for instance, for us to see canvasbacks there. I'm not saying it can't happen, but we rarely, if ever, do. Same or ruddy ducks. But if I were to say, okay, I'm going to see some ducks up ahead, what am I going to see? I would probably guess mallards and gadwalls. Now, we may not see any ducks here today, in this stretch. It's very possible, but my point is, we will often see gadwalls over here, but some of the other species that we've been seeing today, we just don't. They just don't come over here for whatever reason. Something about this sort of habitat they just don't like as much. Something's in the air. One second. These are northern harriers. 3 of them. Oh, that one back there, the lighter one, that's a male. There are a few of them. Oh, come on, plant, get out of the way. Hold on. All right, let's try here. Where'd they all go? Hold on. When I go for my binoculars and a wire gets caught on them. Everybody's gone. I believe there were at least 4 northern harriers. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see anybody right now. Oh, wait, no. Maybe I should have stayed instead of... What's that? Are those... What are those? Those must be the swans. I'm guessing those are tundra swans. We had heard them, but we never saw them. Those might... I don't know if those were red-winged blackbirds or not. Okay, one second. Okay, I don't see any of the northern harriers at the moment. I don't know where they went in such a hurry. Oh, I do see them. Hold on. Looks like an adult male there. Wouldn't mind if they were closer. They're love how they fly when they're flying low to the ground and they're looking for prey. So I would say at least 2 females and 2 males. The adult male has a more grayish appearance, gray and white. Unfortunately, they're far away, it's getting dark, and also the air isn't completely clear. We're going to let them go. Just, you know, Montezuma is remarkable. And, you know, especially during migration, you can see so much. But, you know, even, as I've said before, you know, even during the non-migration periods, you know, you may just have to be patient when you're looking around. But, you know, I remember months ago we were up here late in the day, summertime. We were up here late in the day, and I remember saying that, you know, we were on Wildlife Drive, and I was saying that the area just seemed to be absolutely teeming with birds. There were so many, you know, swallows flying around, and just so many birds everywhere. And, you know, different times of year you're going to see different things here. But, you know, if you're wondering, is it worth coming here, I would say yes. Now, if you're far away and, you know, it's an ordeal to get here, I'll be honest, you know, maybe don't come here necessarily. Don't make a long trip to get here during winter, because there is a decent chance, depending on the conditions when you would arrive, that you might not see much. That's a possibility. But during migration, during summer, spring or fall migration, that is, and during summer, it's definitely a very special place. Now, of course, as I said earlier, you know, next Saturday, Wildlife Drive will be its last day open, and then it closes, you know, until April. And there are other things to see in the area, but, you know, Wildlife Drive itself is going to be closed. The visitor center will be closed. Oh, hold on. Whoa. And, you know, these geese, you know, I can't speak for these. They're at relatively high not super high altitude and in formation. Are they migrating? A good chance they are. And maybe they're maybe they've been in various fields today, and now they're, you know, coming to areas like this where there's water, and they'll roost here tonight. It's very possible. When you think about it, when you come here, you know, especially, well, I don't know if there's quite as much activity for spring migration as there is during fall migration here. You know, I've come to realize, well, I realized it a few years ago, that the path that birds take, you know, if they are of the type that migrate, they don't necessarily follow the same route south as they do returning north. And, you know, we have already seen, and we've been seeing these in these recent weeks, good numbers of sandhill cranes. And you might just assume, oh, okay, well, they're migrating south, they're stopping here, and you know, then in the spring when they return, they'll stop here. No, that's not how it works. The sandhill cranes don't seem to come up here in such numbers during the spring. It's quite different. And, you know, the same thing is true, I would say, of the ducks. You don't see as many, like, on, well, I should be careful here. I haven't seen as many, and maybe the reason is because Wildlife Drive doesn't open until April 1st, and by then maybe the ducks have moved on. They're not spending time here. But, you know, the main pool here freezes over. I don't know if they actually will stop here, you know, before Wildlife Drive opens back up. I don't know if they generally do or not. I kind of think they don't. Could be wrong, of course. But I think things are different on the return for many of these duck species as well. Okay, that's it for Wildlife Drive. Oh, you know what? Well, I'll check that in a minute. Years ago, I heard about great blue herons. Now, this was not necessarily an expert opinion, but probably an informed one. But I think I was told, you know, the great blue herons go as far as they need to go in terms of migration. So, you know, if an area is open and the fishing is good, and, you know, it's not terribly, well, if it gets terribly cold, then everything would freeze over anyway. But you know, as long as there's food around and they're able to find it, you know, great blue herons might stay in a given area. And okay, I get the sense for many of the ducks, maybe it's kind of like that too. Maybe I'm wrong. At least, you know, the ones that we're likely to see. And I say that because, you know, we'll see often, you know, at the northern end of Cayuga Lake, we'll see a lot of ducks. Not just yet, but we will. And then if things freeze over, and the northern end, if you didn't know, the northern end it's shallower and it freezes more readily than the southern end does. And so if it freezes over, well, they may move further south. And if things are really cold, all of a sudden maybe they're all the ducks, especially like the redheads, they'll be at the southern end of the lake. But if things don't get really cold, they may stay pretty much at the northern end or near the northern end, the whole time. It's 46 degrees, and welcome to East Road. It's getting, my headlights are on. It's getting dark, no question. As I said, I had hoped for better weather up here. I mean, it hasn't been terrible, but it has definitely affected things. It hasn't stopped us. We've been able to go around, of course. There's a little bit of a problem in Ithaca, but I think our bigger problem were the technical issues, which I'll have to attend to a little bit. But luckily, we managed to get around them. I think I realized what was wrong. Kind of. I just want to stop here for a second. One second to take a quick look. I think there's some birds down there. Well, not that I want it to rain. Well, actually, I think we could use the rain, but I see some Canada geese to our left in the air. I bet they're heading down to the water. A few more right there. Where were they? They were probably in fields here or there. Somewhere. And now it's time to head to the water to roost. Anyway, with the wet ground, at least I'm not kicking up a lot of dust like I did last week. And we'll turn around in a moment. One thing we haven't done is more Canada geese. We haven't done much driving around the last few weeks, just because we've been here late, and it's just there hasn't been much time to do that. But obviously we saw some sandhill cranes earlier near the visitor center. And maybe a true ornithologist would say, "Oh, Ferris, you don't know what you're talking about," and I don't. But I will say I've noticed. It seems like in many ways, the behavior of sandhill cranes is very similar to the behavior of Canada geese. Sure, they can stand in the water, but most of the time they're on land, and they do most of their grazing on land. And just the way they go around, and they'll spend time in fields, and then they'll head to a roosting area like the water. I mean, I just see a lot of similarities in their behaviors. We actually, okay, there are some ducks down here. More Canada geese coming in from here, and I think I hear some from elsewhere. I'm not sure. Now, are there any cranes here is the question. Oh yeah. Sandhill cranes, quite a few of them. Quite a few. And I hear cranes. I don't know if more are coming in or what the story is. And more cranes there too. We'll take a more thorough look at things in a few moments. I hear some. I don't see them, but oh, there they are. And it sounds like more are coming from our left. There they are. The water down there, by the way, is, to my understanding, is naturally there. It's not pumped in or diverted in any way. And sometimes we do see that it dries out. In fact, that's often the case, that it dries out. I want to make an equipment switch or two. So, one more. Oops. Canada geese coming in. But I want to reconfigure just a bit. So, if you'll bear with me. It's getting dark, so I'm trying to do what I can to give us a better view. Now Canada geese coming in. I'm not sure what kind of ducks we're seeing, to be honest with you, down there. But I do see, I believe I see ducks of different sizes. Yeah, I mean, that one there at center, that's a green-winged teal. And some of these others, I don't know if they're teals or not, but they just somehow seem a little smaller. But those are green-winged teals down there, definitely. And there may be others as well. I believe I hear a mallard. And I hear cranes. I'm glad we looked. It was nice to see the teals because we only saw, what, 2 or 3 of them? Oh, there's a great blue heron. And another one. While we're at it, anyone back there? Canada geese coming in, but anyone back in the, oh, wrong way. Anyone back here? Oh, who's that? They look like swans to me. Not snow geese there, but what are those? I don't know. Hold on a second, I gotta start the car. Believe me. I didn't turn the music on. Okay. There are technical reasons why I had to start the car. Oh, wait. Those are snow geese there, aren't they? Yes, they are. See? Bird every bird. So an area like this, if you didn't know, with water and everything, this area, we're looking at the Knox Marcellus Marsh, tends to draw a lot of birds that like to roost here overnight. They stay here. They feel it's safer between the water and just their own numbers. They can look out for any predators that might be out and about. We have quite a few sandhill cranes here tonight. Good numbers. Yeah, I wouldn't want to count that. They're hard. They're not easy to see, and I can only brighten so much more. In fact, that's it. It would be, I think it would be significantly brighter if we didn't have such cloudy skies right now. I'd like to know, I'm not saying we'll stay to see it if it even happens, but I'd like to know if the sandhill cranes eventually all kind of come together into one large group. I would not be surprised if they do. One or maybe two, but I don't know. I hear sandhill crane vocalizations again. Doesn't necessarily mean more coming in. It could be that they're just, you know, talking to each other. One thing that was really incredible when I saw them in Nebraska during spring migration, you know, they'd roost on the river, the Platte River, and but you know, we'd see a lot of cranes flying around, and they would land not on the river but nearby, almost like they were, I don't know, it's almost like they were staging or something. And then all of a sudden, huge groups came in and flew to the river itself. You can see quite a few birds here. There are snow geese flying around a bit. What are those? Are those snow geese also? I think so. And Canada geese, sandhill cranes. We've seen quite a few. I haven't looked at them in a little bit. Quite a few green-winged teals. They're ducks, if you didn't know. It's almost time for me to pack up and head home. It's getting quite dark, but I think those look like mallards, maybe. Interesting how the snow geese are flying around like that. Looks like there might be a general, well, I don't know. I was going to say a general movement of the cranes. I know they're hard to see, but I guess there's no one direction. Well, maybe they are kind of gathering over here. I don't know. It's my guess that the ones that are here closer to us will make their way over to the others over here. And this may be boring, everybody, I don't know, but and maybe we should just call it a day. I mean, it's getting dark. Well, I think we will do that. It's getting dark and it's hard to see. I guess you can see okay, but not very well, like I would want you to see. But this is one of the reasons why I always, watch the water levels here really throughout the spring and summer. Because I'm hoping that there will be at least some water here that would draw the sandhill cranes and then the Canada geese and snow geese, in the fall and early winter. Well, everybody, I think it is time for me to close up. I hope you've enjoyed the day. I apologize for the various technical issues we've had, the glitches. But luckily we managed to iron things out well enough that we were able to conduct a tour and see a few things together. But it is getting quite dark. I'll show you what it looks like without the scope. I mean, even, things get dark when we try to magnify, but this is with everything as light as I can make it. And I can tell you, it looks a lot brighter on camera than it does to the naked eye. Let me try to get things back to normal here in terms of lighting. Well, it looks, looks a little brighter than this. But this is where we stand. So it's time for me to head home. I'll remind you, I do plan on having, like I said, an abbreviated tour, barring some kind of a schedule issue or something happening. Plan on having one on Thanksgiving Day itself, Thursday. And hope to see you then. And if you don't tune in, well, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful holiday. I know if you're in Canada, some of you've already had Thanksgiving, but ours here in the United States is on this Thursday, the 28th. And anyway, it's time for me to pack up, head home. Oh, it's really dark, isn't it? Let's lighten it up. There we go. Time for me to pack up and head home. Want to wish you all very well, and as I said, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.